Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Murdoch Hyundai here in Linden, Utah for giving me some time with this Santa Fe. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. Also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get right into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 20 around town and then 28 on the highway, with power outputs being 277 horsepower and then 311 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, this is called Rockwood Green Pearl. It's a really cool, dark kind of forest green. See the blacked out Hyundai badge. And then you got the H pattern there with the headlights, and then look at the grille here, all blacked out. Same thing with the trim on the bottom. And putting it all together looks really good with that boxy design. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 245, 45, 21 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got that satin finish on them. And then I love the fender flares here, again being blacked out. It's a little trim piece, and same thing with the bodywork as well. Then taking a few steps back, this looks cool. That's cool. We've got the Jetson style key fob is what I call it. So we've got a lock and unlock function, a remote start. You can see on the side, got the self park function, got the opening for the hatch, all of that. So lots of utility built into this little key fob. And then popping into the rear, you can see there's quite a bit of space behind the third row. Again, this isn't a huge SUV, so it's solid for what it is. And then I've been in the third row of many a Santa Fe with this new body style. You've got good headroom in the back because of the boxy design, but legroom, as you can see, is going to be a little bit more on the cramped side of things. And this is cool how you can lower the second row with just that. The third row straps, and the premium headliner extends all the way into the rear. That's nice. When you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Yeah, that green paint looks really cool. And you can see the H pattern there with the taillights, Santa Fe as well. Got the little exhaust tip on the side. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the looks on this calligraphy package. And then popping inside, you guys can see soft touch here at the top, and then we got a sunshade here for the rear passengers. Look at the wood trim down below, and then more soft touch trim. Heated seat control right there, and then you can see for the window control. And then here are the seats, perforated all down the center portion. And you guys can see with the adjustments and everything on the seat. And then popping in, it's easy. Legroom back here is good. Got a little storage pocket. And then we got the center console. You can access it from the rear. And headroom back here is good. And again, you get that nice premium headliner. And you get a sunroof. And this is even like soft to the touch. But yeah, you get a sunroof here for the back passengers. Now taking a look at the front door panel. Again, you can see with the soft touch and then the wood trim down below and then more soft touch. All of our window controls right here, mirror adjustments, the mirrors do power fold in, memory seat function, and blind spot ring with the mirrors. And this is cool. Perforated all down the center portion. And you can see all the adjustments and everything. Oh, it's got the mega recline function. That's pretty cool. And then we've got that for the hatch, stability control, and then look at the trim here. Really premium looking. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see nice soft touch trim all around. It's actually two-tone. I don't know if it's going to pop up on camera very well, but the outside of the steering wheel, that's pretty cool. But anywho, nice trim here at the bottom. You got practical controls here, including like our adaptive cruise control and steering assist, paddle shifters there, and then you've got a bunch of stalks and a column shifter here. So taking a look at the gauge cluster, you guys can see, we can scroll through a bunch of different menus, see different bits of info and systems within the car. And then we also have our drive modes that'll pop up here as well. So that kind of adds to the fun. But yeah, nice digital gauge cluster. Now taking a look at the camera system, you guys can see 360 camera, and this is pretty cool with the exterior shot as well. I don't know, I think that's nice. But yeah, quick response time with the screen, easy enough to use. And this is funny, you can even adjust the rear seats from the front. I don't know, I think it's cool. Got this nice wood trim, and then top glove box. It's kind of a fun little feature. It's got nice trim and everything on the outside of it. And then we got the bottom gold box. And then with the vents, how that goes across. And we've got analog controls for the radio, dual zone climate controls as well, heated and ventilated seats. And then we got stuff like your 4-wheel drive lock, your hill descent controls for the camera. And then you can see the charging area here. So that's definitely nice. And then we got some cup holders. And then you got the center console. Very tight feeling. And then of course we've got a camera rear view mirror. And then you can see the controls here for the sunroof. And again, I showed it before, but premium headliner. So 2024 Santa Fe Calligraphy, pretty much everything's standard. But anyways, total MSRP $50,235. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, and you can see the heads-up display. Both mirrors do a blind spot warning. Through the rest of the rear. And let us set off in the Rolls Royce of Hyundai's. Let me adjust this a little bit. The Santa Fe Calligraphy. Excited to finally review one of these. It's always fascinating to see. And look at that paint color. Wait a second, reverse. Look at that. That is cool. This car looks good with matte paint. Looks like that's an XRT. Wow. But yeah, it's always interesting to see what Hyundai does for their top of the line trims. And I will say, this is nice, and even this is soft touch. This is nice for a Hyundai. I mean, come on, folks. It's pretty incredible what they've done here. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't drive too different from regular Santa Fe. Yeah, suspension and all that pretty much feels the same. Engine's the same. And that's how Hyundai does things with their fancier packages, right? You're not getting more performance or more this or it's mostly just nicer interior. That's what you get. That's what you pay for. Nicer interior, more features. And that is exactly what this provides. Pop it into the sport mode here. Yeah, this is solid. Pretty smooth ride overall, I will say. And we will punch it. Whoa! Man, that 2.5 pulls. That 2.5 sure does pull. That's solid. So to sum things up, this is a nice car. It really does feel like, and I think the reason why they got rid of the Hyundai badge on the steering wheel, this is my conspiracy theory, is they don't want to remind people, like they have a Hyundai badge on the exterior, but inside, I think they want people to forget that this is a Hyundai. That's my opinion there. And you don't feel like you're in a Hyundai. Like this interior, it's very, I've said it in the past, very Range Rover-esque. And so now that you don't have a Hyundai badge, you kind of forget, like, oh, I'm driving around a Hyundai. I think I'm in a Range Rover now. So yeah, calligraphy is super fancy. It's expensive. It's less expensive than a Palisade calligraphy. Obviously Palisade, you go for that if you need a little bit more space in the back. Got a little bit more junk in your trunk, right? But I mean, this has, ooh, and there's storage. I forgot to mention, I always forget this. There's space under here. Can you see that? Under the center console there's space. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make with this Santa Fe Calligraphy, super nice car. For $50,000 is a lot of money, but for the features, the looks, and everything you're getting, I think it's nice. You're basically getting a luxury car for over $10,000 less than the average price of a luxury car. So I think that's pretty solid value. Let me know your thoughts.